So alchemizing is definitely something that you do naturally that other people have to like do very intentionally and painfully. A lot of people who are in their awakening, alchemization means going into their dark side and doing the shadow work and all of these not so fun but still necessary things. But for people like you and I, we just do it. It's part of our own ecosystem that we have, how we serve even. So I think it's perfect for you.
Yeah, I really feel like it's just the perfect word because as a goddess, I'm working always with all of the spiritual animals and the guides and my own personal wisdom of experience. And that's like years of experience. I'm like, my husband says, he goes, why do you have to let everyone know that you have years of experience? I said, because with wisdom comes experience, right? Like,
and versa.
Right. So it's important for people to know that I'm not 12.
I think no, nobody thinks you're 12. All right, so on that, let me flip the script just for a second here.
Sure.
I want you to share. I know the answer to this, but I want you to share as your launch. I want you to share with everybody what alchemy is to you.
Okay, so what alchemy is to me is being a conscious leader that wants other people to gather in a collective consciousness community and raise up all of their wisdom together without any competition or feeling lack. There's not enough to go around. And so for me, that's what I want to do. I see a vision of many retreats, and the retreats will be all over the world in amazing countries because we know this pandemic thing is going to end. It's not going to be here forever. You know that I want to go to islands and deserts with you.
Yes. I have all the visas covered. We're fine.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So it's just taking that, being aware, self-aware. We're all self-aware. It's just having the self-reflection and taking that self-reflection of our gifts
Yes.
and power that we can become. We can become that state of collective consciousness with this spiritual like flavor or synergy, psychically tapping in to each other.
Yeah, that's it. Tapping into each other. So I tap into you. You tap into me. We both tap into Martine. We just kind of have this like dance that we do where it's nobody's taking, nobody's giving too much. We're doing just this beautiful, like it's like a painting almost. We all just kind of give and receive without asking or giving even. Like I'm just here, available. You all, you know it, and you're there, and you're available, and I know it. I don't even have to ask you for anything. I just know that your energy is coming to me, and you know that my energy is going to you, and just that for me, that kind of alchemy that goes on between people and energies is so. Oh my gosh, I'm getting God bumps.
Oh no, I get like chills up my arms when we talk about this stuff. It's like,
just the idea that we can alchemize individually and do our thing and like turn something negative into something positive, but to do it as a collective
Right.
It is so, it's a lot of moving pieces, but if those moving pieces are moving like clocks, like clock pieces,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you can change a paradigm.
Right.
If you can change it for your own collective, you can change it for the rest of the world.
Right. And that's really your purpose work, is for the greater good. And I just have to say, when I first met Jessa many years ago,
She thought I was crazy, everyone. Just letting you know. She thought I was crazy. She's like, oh, that's cute.
I literally, it wasn't that I thought you were crazy. I thought your idea of having all of this like opportunity to learn online in a free kind of way was very altruistic.
That's my thing. I'm an altruist.
Okay. And my question was, is it sustainable? Right? That was my question as I would watch. I loved your energy. I loved like what you were standing for. And I knew you were coming from your heart place of your heart. But I just couldn't see how that could work comparing, right? Because I was in that comparing syndrome of other people online doing it a certain way. So, how was it that you knew that you could do it and have the confidence and pull it off? How did you know? How did you know that you could do that?
I just did. I chose it. It's not a knowing, it's a choosing.
Ah, love that. What do you mean by that? It's not a knowing, but it's a choosing.
Well, I chose it because I didn't like what I saw. I popped onto the online, exclusively online world. I chose to become the digital nomad and island hop and all of that. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to do this. And I was looking around and talking to other people and just seeing how they were doing it, how I kind of reverse engineer what's happening. And I was like, oh God, I'm not doing, I would never say that. Are you kidding me? That person just asked me to mortgage my house. What? No, I am not doing that. I'm going to do it the opposite way. And the fact that I was strong enough in my own conviction, and not that that doesn't feel good for me. I don't want to do that, but it was like, that is wrong. No, no, no. This is no. Rather than, oh, I don't really like doing sales calls and it's uncomfortable for me. This was beyond that. This was the hardest kind of no. It's like, no, I'm not doing it that way. I'm going to do it some way else. I'm going to figure this out. And as I stood in my conviction and kept reaffirming that conviction and reaffirming and reaffirming, and every time a hater from the other side of the tracks would come up against me, be like, who do you think you are? That's not how it's done. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. And I'll make sure you do. And I'm gonna talk smack about you and all of that. The more I was in my conviction and in my flow, when you're in your truth, your own internal truth, it could be the most ridiculous thing, which it was. It was the most ridiculous thing. But if you stay in your truth, your authenticity, and in your flow, it doesn't matter how crazy it can be. If I really, 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 really wanted a unicorn, I could make that happen. I don't want one because I hear that they make a lot of mess. But I could do that if I really, 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 really wanted it. Something like a unicorn even would happen. And I was just staying in it and doing it and going and speaking my truth,
Mhm,
sharing my truth. Just
mhm,
like other people who do negative smear campaigns and everything, I did
mhm,
the same thing, but on the light side of it.
mhm,
I took
mhm.
the darkness and said, I'm alchemizing this and turning it into something that doesn't exist, that is better.
I like that. So you took the darkness and made, say that again?
I just balanced it. I just made something light out of the dark that I didn't want. Like,
Mhm,
okay, see that? I don't like it. It feels yuck, ew.
mhm,
No, I would never say that. I would never do that. I would never put a picture up like that. I would never post something like that. No.
mhm,
The funnels and the manipulation and all of that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not
mhm,
doing these pitch sessions. I'm not going to pitch anything. I'm just, no, not doing it. And
Mhm.
I turned it around, and the louder I got about it, and from the deeper parts of my own truth I came from, and just kept going. And I kept talking about it. I kept doing it. I kept sharing it. I kept showing in real time. I am doing this. This is happening. This isn't an idea. This is a reality. Let's do it. Are you gonna do it? You do it? And then everybody was like, what? That's a thing? When any one of the people who followed me could have created the same thing themselves. But what I'm helping them do is to create their own paradigms, just like I created my own,
Mhm.
so that it's not my paradigm that they're creating. I'm just giving them mine, so it's just like a launching pad, just like what you've done. You took my paradigm and you created a launching pad, and you've got something that is just so unique. I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing.
I know.